Oma chine omu nya bi wo baby a. Omu ntimi nka se oye kromfo. Omu ntimi nka se oye corrupt. Enti no omu ne be pre ne de se so omu pe bibi begu ne ho fi. And I am also telling you say Oshe Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ni interventions kwa Bawumia they fight corruption. And this ni ka bibia you won't even mind it.
Intervention be
Ebini say ebini digitalization na ye kan.
Okay.
Ohene woni mienti a digitalization ye dey fight corruption.
Ka chere me.
Ohene obi ewo NHIS card. Opeso okọ renew. And the NDC 2 days yes ko delay. Ukodi line na anajo yes yapon ni atete paper ahye mo nsam. Say Jennifer Kofi or China no man sa abesha ase. We frustrated that or pe officer bi o hono mama ne bribe. Say be obejam pick you na wakwakwa ne registration. And na ye ka say obeda ne dem ada ne mpaso no waye ne NHIS no registration. Aye renewal. Onto yaka press mpo anateku emfa mo bia. Hwe obi te say driver ni. Obeko DVL. Ako me national service or DVL. And I have an idea the frustration are not drivers. And the car owners, boys. Obi beko, o me koya registration of car, and I me koya change of ownership. We be a paper, egugu adaka mu ne sisi honom. Koya yanko you paper mrani fa form si into sunye change of ownership. Yes, adaka ne koya paper name them. Ni amana tina ho fiti anapa ko kan nwumre kwad brane betim fifra na nso nya kakra ma obi di ombekwa akofa aba. Obi ba be ye ne license, obe frustrated, obeka say me am ko inside amekwa akotena ho ache na nso me magoro boy bi na ewura mu asesi anu apie enne digitally wo betima ye wo niama wo phone so me nkodi ECG vendor queue kane na aban omomfa digital purchases ni yimfam ba ECG eyimu no se me light san je se me ko St John's wo be ko ECG vending ho na nipa be 200 go wo be pini anaja osisi yare enne me da dem na anaju 2 me can you doom me bon content na me say street light or how many say me credit na asa me fa me ECG app meters back 5 na wo so me select me house then no an say me di me momo na ma to credit aguso 2 minutes ni aso light ama me mantua bribe mantua kaska mantua bibia enti
and me ade niam agu akwam ma corruption no
when was the last time I otna ha discuss ghost names salaries are yetua. Now, we had the country as a nation, we couldn't even issue national ID cards. How do you plan to build the country when you don't even have data on your population? Your data is someone train every 10 years near population and housing census. And then you have digital copies of Obia, you will be a digital footprints. And one are the baby bank account, and one a year 10, and one a social security, and one a will register or chipper or Ghana card or normal budget. Baby abefobia noa me say ninyi na ne digitalization of the Ghanaian economy say beya ye be fix the structural problems of the economy
and when we do that,
the economy
corruption will be eradicated. We should credit him for that.
Oh yes,
but Ghana for say mo crediting for that we now if you could do baby economy nso dollar no amo promise no could do 17. Most of the no there nya dollar na
exchange rates, any cost of living, and also so are indicators, some of the indicators in an economy, but they are not the only indicators in an economy. Okay. So economy na every time I din koma, we should have a context say baby or honoma ya de baby or honso so adwuma or why say ye ka ho. Let me give you an example. President Nana Danko Akufo-Addo ne Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ombefa Ghana akonwa no in January 2017 na oman ni GDP na ye saying $56 billion. After mfie Ghana GDP has increased by $20 billion. I'm telling you, now 56 billion.
But after mfie
GDP increased by $20 billion. And these are facts.
Increased by 20 billion.
20 billion.
So we are about 70 something billion dollars in GDP.
As we speak today. And it has even reflected in the GDP per capita. Say be a bina kohumano, ye chama obi a ye ka say ye twa say population no per GDP na in excess of $2,000 per.
Almost per capita no wunya chema manfo no de be yenso a bosia nso amaboro amena koduru be 700 something no so chema manfo no
me pacho ti asem ya me be kan
me tie nie pantira busa
so obi ka total debt stocker eno no nkyere se eye bosia wakobo nyina no there are other factors in it ebi te say depreciation now wo kan ho asem no
okay
wonim sa wokoje bosia no dollars nanso so adwuma na be ha no ye cedis ye mobilize your revenue in cedis so wo kwa kotua bosia no baka say wo sesa into dollars and sana wetua mbacha ote ase enti no eno no have also impacted the debt stock because of the depreciation issues are raising.
So no necessarily to makoji skara be.
No.
Nemo meka bia na ededa ho no. Seed na ho de ko form no. Na maka no kosoro. So nya 700 something billion nya makoji abi.
Enti ebi mo kan omo ncheche mu sa. But I am saying say aban president Nana Danko Akufo-Addo and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia on beje Ghana in 2017 no. Me pa cho wonim ye GDP growth as Ghana in the year 2016 3.4%. 3.4. I'm telling you. GDP growth, annual GDP growth na former President Mahama, ejama Ghana for in the year 2016 no 3.4%. In fact 2015 in Podi Andrew sir. Aban we buy 3 years in a row. 2017, 2018, 2019, their average growth rate is 7%. In 2020, COVID na buy na ye shepen ye man buy ye lockdown ne ho keka ho ye say global recession. The whole of Africa, Ghana was one of 3 countries and recorded negative growth rates. Even if we did 0.8 and not 0.5, it was above the performance of most countries on the continent and even in the world. And no chair post-COVID, you do 2021 and year recovery in Shase. Mpacho enne 2024 we. The first half of the year, you grow by 5.8% average GDP.
5.8.
Me pacho and the first half of 2024.
Your take Kaswa market.
Your take Kaswa market no impact. The expansion where Kaswa is part of Central Region. In the past 8 years, under 1 district, 1 factories, 24 factories near starting in Central Region. 13 any area are operational. And to not to now cause expansion on Tiasia, Obi or tea kumfi. A kumfi pineapple juice factory na yafa no watchman. Yafa no labourer. Yafa no factory worker. Or no impact on you cook to kum because enko be sorry free a kumfi aba haso obeye bonsuo. Enko be sorry aba haso obeton duster. Enko be sorry aba hase so obechichiri nsuo aton. Nanso so because of the factory ayakosi woni kromu ntino ama local economy na asesa nia no odua brobe a okuani na brobe ne beka nwuromu na pro no ma sesa bia kogu kwan ho am yetu agu te se ne ehu sa brobe timi pro na watermelon pro e wojomu no enne factory ni nti na brobe pro odua oni baby akọ enti na campaign no after 8 years baby Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia befa bia no wo se Ghana for abochi ekohia no I make sure so mama show love and support ebi mo ho mo se ba se na ye wadaje ade obi afri oti to Volta to Ashanti to Babia. They can't believe say after 8 years the good people of this country, despite the challenges we've been through, they think say the better alternative will always be the NPP and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Because me kind on 2016 by this time na end this woman to me campaign in nurses training colleges and teacher training colleges. Meboa. NDC deputy ministers, ni ministers, omoko West Coast Training College. Nyame nko a. Me se nka fofia antoata. No mu pia na ye bro omo. Because Ghanaians were so disappointed in the state of the economy, but the former president Ghana for say was short memory. And to him after 8 years a day, all that has been wiped away. And no to me beka class allowance or mine chemo mutua. Mine chemo na moko campuses are now mobomuno. Almost your free SHS ye implement ye. We implement ye na nkrofo e kita bankers draft or moko to fees in schools. President Akufo-Addo befa akunwan in 8 years. Akwala bia no ayatro school fees bill amaneda. So obi se waje bill wo baby a won famra.
Etinye dollar sama ye kan nkran na be decide elections ni.
Me pa cho mo shizongo wukumase. Oba me nyini wo mo shizongo na bi to me kwan de twam from ye nya also to Buokrum bridge na dance you so
we hear
president Nana Dankwa
from here so you are when you're not now yes I tell you
obeko we base near the bridge ba kwato so na entosu konko quarter size ni sinchai near the coins tutum and me come shizongwa and this is for bebre kwa dani NPP for because every corner of our community has been asphalted. Facts asphalted enya bitumi no
the modi deciding crime the decide mo
season of the art bridge wo ho no ma na nsuo to nsuo fa taxes fa nantwie na enkwala wo ho no munyanka na awusia wa school free na wonim the golden age of Ghana mabunu
actually here
teenagers no mo kwa SS and akufo ado no me nephew baako say wo SHS2 and National Science and Maths quiz not represented the school baby just a person me calling it out yeah won in 2004 yeah na mama CS went to 1 city
you
kufuo na de buy yeah je 30 pesos mo model laminate ne card man yeah won free CSO operation free wako school abeko free SHS so free owienso so na obeko university na sika ni ho a guarantee free student loan yeah call school no na obeji student loan a yes ko witness na guarantee witness ni your assemblyman and asofo ana imam guarantee ni obi a wire snake contributor for 5 years under President Akufo-Addo all you need is your Ghana card me manji loan ni because na akrachi phone ni fee na akrachi ni ba ko pe oye adwuma ole ba office so de ne dey approve ya ma me bra penyin to osuro Summons so the yama me na say ye ntua betete free na kachio no hene entina na yenya the impetus to go back to the good people of Ghana
enti mo de money ato so say President Kufuor ma ye wo nkola ni free
yes so say atete
ana mo so mo buy no mo free SHS
Dr. Bawumia so obe mo
enti from 2004 ebesi 2014 na kola na bia no adi 10 years from 2014 besi 2024 na akwala na di 20 years oto aba eti ho no benya mu vote kakra free ho
na mo free SHS for no campaign omo yama President Akufo-Addo ne Dr. Bawumia
enu ti na joma ma sure onu so akoche university na no
me say unhu ya na ohene unhu ye enkwala na omo ya campaign ne sene ye yo o kan bibi omo nte
ma men kan de kwakwo Usman na hene wo tie kwakwo Usman na hene ye NDC communications team member Okatakyie you only wear suit anytime you are going to go US 1%. But you only wear suit and tie. Anytime you are going to interview Honorable Fatima Abubakar, tell Fatima she's looking beautiful and ask her why she said NDC is a threat to our democracy. Okay,
I'll show you. Mr. Former President John Dramani Mahama is a threat to Ghana's democracy.
There's one.
What do you mean? Tell me, cancer. Now, almost almost democracy and governance lecture. Oko hono se President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo undermine all the institutions of states specifically also undermine the court system judges undermine electoral commission undermine audit service na sama papa yi kan na enini na so bia and I notice my observer who say the former president does not have principles and I will give you evidence to that effect. Let me take the Electoral Commission. In 2016, former President Mahama say an electoral commissioner ain't mean win the election in any political party. Na yenja easy for no monyo majuma. Na politicians here ha drain. Say electoral commission is an institution. Or systems in place. It is not possible for them to rig an election for any political party. Me pacho hine dear na asesa. Electoral Commission we chair ni free wa district directors, regional directors, officers, IT directors obia oho the same systems now oja in 2016 no and once our systems now the wo to date as we speak and so wadane no ho say Electoral Commission no mo trust mo NDC for trust mo na say na mo so mo forensic audit I platform members ni bebre ka say na mo kra the evidence na mo dey buy yes substantial say mo hu bibia enu nti enya forensic audit omo si hey NDC organizing nationwide demonstration and every regional capital mo mobilize omo nkrofo nyina mo boko jan so mo demonstrate against the Electoral Commission na enne me kanu pain say Transparency, it is the antidote to every misinformation in this country. Electoral Commission free IPAC ne all stakeholders. And the betina live TV. So what concerns we are become asem. Ehwa ne who send this for more evidence na to nsu. Abosre mu kan hu ehwa mo na o matwe sign obi na mo twetwe sign. Because all the camera see so na o mo nsem no na ejija. O de no to nchen a. The former president, as a court system, no Ghana court system, no so has been undermined. In fact, o kan so okoshia NDC for lawyers ni. Or say President Nana Danko Akufo-Addo apake courts no with NPP judges. Enti so no oba, ono so oba be park court no with NDC judges. Mbacho nya sa no okan.
It is so cancer.
Na wokan sa. Ohene mame ma example.
Achire
The former president, as vice president and president, appointed judges are no more political history. And so the same judges cry Kobutia na presidential election petition or to Omudi unanimous FC. Let me give you typical examples. In the year 2015, President Mahama promoted 2 judges to the Supreme Court, Justice Gabriel Kwaman and his Lordship Justice Apau. Justice Apau. And the PNDC one and all year Buna Hafo region deputy secretary, which is today's deputy minister.
Okay.
His Lordship Gabriel Kwaman, yes, Gabriel Kwaman, no APNC for general secretary, national. And no, the former President Mahama well who be about it. But I don't understand the same judges now sat na panel so for the 2020 presidential election petition. On one side, to Omudi unanimous FC. Yes, and these 4 foot soldiers are they don't know the history of these courts and these systems. D judges in any courts not them.
So he is a threat to our democracy.
Meanwhile, I'm a former MP for Amenfi East, and now we're a high court judge from 1993 all the way to 2001. We're a high court judge. I'm a former MP for Ada from 1993 all the way to 2004. We're a judge. Omo former MP for Jirapa or a judge. And so he is creating the impression, and I'm saying, sir, there is nothing wrong with Nkrofo. Imagine India, some minor in politics. No, as a marital from politics. I'm no longer interested in politics. I think say to me the meaning the enemy capacity no. Abebwa in other angle. I do not tolerate to say any party, even me party NPP for Yankodi di obi atem. Entina President Nana Danko Akufo-Addo do. Ye call 2012 presidential election petition. Omubua in favor of the NDC and former President Mahama. Opie free court to Honoma. Or se court na abua thing. Many omo nyadwen. Minjintum. Nanso Ghana assume dwe nti maede. Mafanesa. Ananyesa. Na yankwa ni as a country. But former President Mahama is not demonstrating say or no or a statesman. Or no di obenya abribi obekọ court bia na yembu amano. Yebuama na nasa NDC dia almost say justice has been done. Yebuama na dia ombetwa court na da pa suma NDC for amoma bekeka say NPP for they are packing the court abetwa control. Now let me give you 2 examples.
Na me fa call you force and some na ranting ni busa.
Woni mu say ambulance trial case no.
Japadia.
Mbachwan. Ambulance trial case no. Court no e discharge omo minority leader honorable case la to forcing. Adenti no man make say court near clearing agent. Now where the evidence or hoping say adenti no man make say. So almost say justice has been done.
Yes, a court there no budget.
Court there no budget. Enya no kwa. Omo member of parliament for Jomoro Afutofe. And Krofoko for evidence by say nipa kroya was citizenship wa abrochire. E wo bi wo Cote d'Ivoire. E wo bi wo Hase. Court no discharge no under President Akufo-Addo. Adenti na o man make say Dabi. Where the moon tremanson on the say niembo. Entino, they are creating the impression in the minds of people say as a political case is court automatic near Didi Ama buying. And that is not true.
It is
not true. We are threat to our democracy because he is without principles.
Former President John Dramani Mahama, Wabusa Dr. Muhammad Bawumia questions, we will come to that. But workers were a threat to our democracy. Was it the Moki Kenyina? No. Enko bebia na die here the economy, which in his words he quoted a year Clinton a year at some point. Clinton said in the 90s that is the economy is stupid In fact, it's unfortunate that I am repeating that. But also, it is the economy. You know, we'll be sending a message. Gallon of fuel. Ebwa could do 80 something Ghana city. It's economy. And a President Mahama see can once and no any other thing. Our response to say.
Into an economy and former President Mahama now be trusting to fix the economy. Me pacho, what are the structures of the economy? Under former President Mahama, was the economy doing better? No. And let me give you some simple analogy. Economy, yada sumo for 4 years. It's at University of Ghana, research. Say because of doom so productivity in the country down by about 10%. Say because of doom so over 800 companies collapsed. But what you the economic track record no. Even for those who want to say it's all about the exchange rates. So President Kufoni NPP ja 1 cedi 20 pesos. Now they are called 4 cedi 20 pesos. But what is the percentage increase?
Yes, my accounts in
here. Ain't no. So wo would you sikano? En fie nwotwe monsori so na akomo ho 9 tie. Meaning enka the past 8 years una wa akonwa mu a without Russia-Ukraine war, without COVID, enka wo track record that you name about economic indicators and say enka exchange rate na ebebo ho 9. Mpacho what in America na say
from 1 cedi.
Yes.
It could
do 4.2
so a year times 4 a year increment.
Thank you. Until without any challenges or track record any obia or year into research or betting study trends of how you manage the economy. Ebeka say ye President Akufo-Addo ne Bawumia sinche. Senkamona mo abamu in the past 8 years. Prediction I be ne say sane na mo ho 8 years no exchange rate no depreciation year times 4 no. Sa na nka be ya.
But 4.2.
Anything America said despite the challenges NDC cannot tell us say we have done worse. That is the analogy I'm making. Despite the global challenges, which are not pertaining to even Sikasemon Sheshe. So we share the trends in the track record that NDC or man perform better than NPP are buying. We admit say we could have done better, but for a nearma we are self and ebia kanye and any account. Former President Mahama, anytime I want you to speak to a global audience. What the no kwama no ni sesia na akoka so onka bibi mfa Ghana ho a Obeka Che will say COVID has an adverse impact on the Ghanaian economy, and he's been saying it. VOA in interviews were be amu betima Oba Ghana ha no abeka bi before sir evidence no dey Okatakyie Afrifa and the social media nti and na Google ni bibia ukwa abetwe ni interviews ni video na enti na no makoko ne kokone
no Where's the Mahama deal?
Na meka ne sen. So ko ho no okọ atifiko ko kunu so no aba na fo ababiza say ho na de bai.
Okọ abrochire via VOA no akọ kika.
Any baby okọ say COVID has had adverse impact on the economy. COVID affect COVID-19 affect we as abfana baby no Ghana nso so ye feel na nso so oba ha say ya onka na sa.
Onka na sa de na ye wo no banum
Nerozyme tablet. Oyo ba na sebi wasiwo enka kakra abawa yes infection kakra fungal infection as bacterial infection when you bia abusua enhwe ba bia hwehwe Nerozyme tablet echi kwan pibinom we bema we oba na say nam ya we bakofa bia abusua pe Nerozyme tablet bi enom ebe yini nyina ma asisi ase ho ama even candidates na se gono na wakofa no abusua ebe sisi wa ama ana se odwonso a ya na ase wote ya o ya na ase wo chim ase wonya dwonso mu yawe bia abusua me kanfo Nerozyme tablet edi ama ene ne plus no pebi enom na bibia ntimi nyene enye fine na wo pebi a na kodosto bia be wana pharmacy shop bia be on catch mo say open Nerozyme tablet bi anom and the plus no opebi anom o bi ana say bia wono omuni bia na say bia ko no nya bia number na egu screen so no abusua free bia obi amechire bia benya bi ana how a benya Nerozyme tablet bi abusua ka say yan kancho yan
Fatima questions amount for the busa na mabusa you Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Must cooking while you no. Election ebefa. Mobile winning.
Ebefa, without a doubt. I'm very confident. Say we are winning bigly.
You are winning bigly.
I'm telling you.
Sir.
Me wo GDA my papa say election ebefa. Me wo GDA my.
Onya sure say John Mahama be winning mo.
Oh, David. Ya swan sane aswansu. Ghana for ni be modu. Obi oye babu na wo pa adwuma. Onhwe nim say John Mahama beba because we need track record of former adwuma.
We need track record of former.
Because I 4 years now. Odi mampanyin na one finance for one fight teacher phone. Any a teacher phone so e fa o ma ye di menu aba kokota na sankore. Emfie miensa 2015 no mo ka che nzo metua na 3 months. Minim se Ghana mabunu pa adwuma mo pa adwuma mo ya e betua o mo ka. O mo mpa adwuma fa no kwa. Enti ne dey know.
O fa mabunu na adwuma ba wan twa o mo ka.
A teacher for. E do mo call various basic schools, JHS, SHS. Emfie miensa omo ye adwuma 2013 omo ye adwuma 2014 make the timelines because that time now no a president enya vice Dr. Bawumia de enim so onye ndi president and he has always said and even President Akufo-Addo has said he is his own person so I onim say me nua be ma kojo opon kromo on the tete me o ministry ho ana anya sa na no ate wese bibia na ne suit te say wo de bia nanso so me be the minister na I am my own person. But what you say? Obiane ne style sebi. Ntafo okra o madi bosome nkono wo yafunu ba akumu. O mo ntimi escape each other kro mu pie ba abonten a. Ohu se obia wo ne su. Enti Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ne su a menim a ye me fa ma hohoaho ne say owo solutions. The thinking here completely different from what I have seen about African leaders in the past. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is a problem solver. Mamema one example. Na no ya mpacho what is here call lunch go ride. Na this for month ase. Omo say as I said there Dr. Bawumia app nkwa na lunch app nkwa na lunch. The value of Uber about $163 billion US.
The value of Uber economy.
So Senegal economy times 2. Na sa foreign ride pooling companies no. So omo wa ha say ya na local rider wo join ya adwuma obeye per trip no omo mo de 30% o de 70%. So fuel no na obeto any bibia ti Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia tena se dwen ho na o say na ye betimi afa akwanya bi a ka sika bo obeye den ebeba fom na driver phone so anya more money ni anya system a eye indigenous local and even app no kro omo nso nya mfaso a omo nka say yes $60 yakoye krum ombe just this no ha circulate edi wa ha enti yenso yanhwe say asoman yenso ye betimi a start ye dia and omo di go ride 3 indigenous Ghanaian companies and about together with a buy no ma form go ride PPP arrangement private public partnership between Haptel global icon and Adetrix and o maka
Haptel yes Bawumia dia
omoboa maybe who Haptel nya na asem kura omoboa o te we
oh yenkomo abetwa
omoboa
anya Bawumia dia
oh there be nya Bawumia dia
enya Bawumia na dey Haptel GGC giska no
I am telling you so omoboa or he take it from me omonte baby ada omo ye adwuma na eba beje fans ne yenkopa bibi mene ne ho na nsedi but the crux of the matter ne say you're developing indigenous app instead of utua 30% per trip ama foreign company no omo mo charge only 10%. 10% no omo charge no omo timu 1% near the aye welfare amount pension for the drivers pachoti any you and instead of 30% utua 10% no 20% na kan say abegu driver no kotoku and also so betimi abo am riding no aye cheaper because component say otua money agency na yeden aba form and afen so sika no so te ha and as say so aye ba ye your friend is saying as our credit scoring system aye be launch na this month ya no yes so we rider we ye adwuma no mo ye credit score na ye betin out of brand new car maw ni ye tetew enkakra na won so wanya sika ni bi assassin ni wo ho o sa ye adwuma informal sector a problem solver
on say John Mahama
Debbie na say
John Mahama is making solutions for the 24-hour economy but or side nkoko we are going back into the days of domestication. Yeah, more like an champion Operation Feed Yourself. In his words, more like Operation Feed Yourself. Is that not the way forward for this nation?
Oh, Henny, yes, a quatre quasso be frown to ma, Tierney Dean. I said, when men come frown to ma. Tierney Dean, former President Mahama on Ghana for ho. He is one of the most experienced and blessed politicians in this country. Akwanya bia a politician of this country, ebetima dreaming so obedi ni wedi bida. Ebia UN Secretary General Nkwano ndi bida. Wedi Deputy Minister, someone a deputy to Honorable Gabra, meboa. Wedi Minister, wedi Member of Parliament, wababedi Vice President, wabedi President in Fear 9. In Fear 9 being chain Fear 9 be. Want me introducing intervention be a beboa with the growth of the agri sector. Me say ya pound for pound. What the for growth rate no compare industry and the JM. Oh, and now confirm no mukobisa watchman or some confirming now to Kobokina. Me patro and the hope city in RLG na we hen. SCS Korea advert omo boy ya cry beti match is legal. We hen. Until at the end of the day no enye na oba be pen a retirement package and a retirement plan. Enti no waka say oh my sister mayor foforo. And even my sister no cry he is not being honest. Because on now opportunity to meet the media and say I got my chance, I blew it, my mistakes be brave, my he couldn't admit that. Obejina hoso ono no start free SHS. Obejina hoso ono na NHIS or the buy. Ama even one of the female journalists could share a communicator be as she was swearing say Mahama so on the NHIS buy.
Na onya akwanya wampa manfo admit it. O momunya akwanya ma admit say mo de ebia you minor problems about me. The more admit it.
Oh, baby. Even saying we have, for instance, energy sector. Now, say abribi e bedum kania. Ya be can say you say power sector challenges in a money problem. Yeah, the gas for car. I remember somewhere January 10 to 12. Our Okatakyie gas. Me and Kasa, we address the press. So these are the challenges. We are looking for money to solve it. Because your generation over 60% thermal and your hydro any renewable energy green energy you see. Even with that one no you inherit na renewable composition only 1% and they do 4%. Odru bui nyina solar panels egugu nsuo so na egu fam mpo nka ho. Kalio Nadoli President Akufo-Addo has been to the Upper West power electricity power generation started solar projects or cover over 35,000 households. And no ye ka say ECG sika jeje no enkon kan a ye betimanya ska no e de atua ka ni nyina. Finance Minister Beka say ye the IPPs ne ka about $1 billion. 5 out of the 7 IPPs have been able to reach agreements.
So leadership of transparency, you come to the table, you admit it. Okay. Enti nipa ne je kania o yusu kania no we ntuaka onim se o man ntuaka yi o munya bi mfa ntofa ngo ma ye nsa anya foforo. So what you say? Yemba da emeka say oh yeah and a problem be any ho na say we've not said that. But we are not Ghana habia and the former President Mahama. Onim sanka the whole day we be from junction yi so generator to obia o gina traffic mu a power bank nko an eto. Me in 8 years me nto power bank. Because ye dum kra wonim se ebeso edi yade to yade sorry so no na dia na wo ka kire Ghana for yade sorry so me se Dr. Bawumia ese obema magunu 4 million adwuma within the period that opa akwanya besom as Ghana president na no so no wa specifically baby adwuma ne be free ebi ne he o say private sector ye beti Ghana GDP 3% the amount the private sector SSS schools, hostels, yama private sector na AC. Near rented from them. A lot of the public infrastructure, private sector na AC. Na private sector no so himself for to da ho no mu no musia. No nim so so betima offload for by ombeye. Also the railway sector. Ebra ye import steel ni ade to do the railway sector no it should be a thing of the past. Na me adaroma President Akufo-Addo amamu nti e na Ghana bauxite yan tamama President Mahama nua. Because Olusi election, the first thing he did was to make appointments to all the anti-corruption agencies like Shraj and Auditor General. Olusi election, no. And sell Ghana's bauxite to his brother. Yama ya ni anya dia. And 30 seconds. And in bauxite, no. And then the idea giadik. Ghana integrated aluminium.
as I say almost say from omuyi and so omo refining they so omo smelt of alcohol into was sin still na ye de be expand the railway sector no nyina ye nya locally and a Ghana first policy so every public institution any product and service are here you should look out for a Ghanaian company. So services ni be ni Ghana and some PPA be more approval to outsource for the product or service elsewhere.
So Dr. Mahama Bawumia is the option for Ghana.
Oh yes,
come December 7.
Without it.
Ghana fund to Abama.
When him say petroleum hub or maybe a portal or more recruitments. Petroleum hub or Jomoro.
Fatima da say no person buy.
Entim patro Ghana for agel to pintin say yekoto number 1 on the ballot. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Any other NPP parliamentary candidate. Confusion be any enye ye dia e bi da 7 bi da 2 bi da 8 basa dia na nwonran enkrofo hu baby omo to afa me ko ha ho enye abato nti na abenya BP okwa wuti number 1 and now call baby no pressure na mate abaya driver.
Thank you very much Abubakar Fati, a Minister of Information and permanent eternal no did Okatakyie Afrifa mensa ha ana me di besie enchima fidie nim free a mane na ha ya meko ochena mesaba me maba ba ye adwuma